balance is kind of tilted. The foundation is strong because Jehovah built it. You can feel the spirit and positive energy. Questions asked comfortably like you're talking with family. Get ready to settle in. Wait for the show to begin. Invite a couple of friends. It's time for Unhinged.
What's really going on? What's really going on?
I introduce to you Get You Home Towing, a family company with the sole purpose to get you home. Whether you need roadside assistance or transport services, we have a flatbed big enough to transport any vehicle to its destination. Our offer to you is our gratitude and great service at a much cheaper price. We are also open to transport through long distances. If you need us, all you have to do is call that number. I'll see you soon.
How y'all doing? Y'all all right? Welcome to the Unhinged Live Show. Guess what? It's another takeover. We're excited to come to you today as we continue with all of the fun, all of the joy tsunami, all of the things that you are used to hearing and seeing from us. But we got a little mix up because we're welcoming our tribe family. Today, we're going to just give you a quick rundown of what the show is going to be and what you can expect during our time together. So, of course, we got our tribe family 2.0. We're going to get a rundown and catch up. Got our super fan shout out. Check in with the Tribe family as we talked about. We got the recalls that we know our sister Rhonda is going to keep us on check and on point with what to look out for when we are out in these streets. And then, of course, we're going to catch up a little bit with Marisol and Rhonda to hear about some things that they've been involved with, as well as, yes, one of our favorite areas, views from the Petty Pew. You guessed it. Then we got a premiere for you this afternoon that we're super excited to share. None other than our Bliv Mash and his premiere video for his new single that just released. And so we love it when we are hot off the press and everything is right there. And then we're going to get into what's really going on and ending out with our reflections of purpose. You guessed it. Now listen, I'm getting right into it as we can just check in with our tribe and see. So what's really been going on as we check in? Rhonda, how are you doing?
Recovering from an extensive weekend. It was amazing, truly amazing. And hopefully I don't catch a cold because I'm feeling throat, the nose, the allergies, everything hitting me, but hitting that with some herbal teas. But other than that, it was a great weekend. Fashion Week was amazing. I don't know if you want me to say anything about that or wait till we are ready to discuss that. But
yeah, we're going to get into a lot of that a little bit later because we know you and Marisol were lighting up that runway with all of the fashion. So we want to give you time to dig into that. But hope that you are feeling better and that those herbal teas are hitting the spot for you. So Marisol, we're going to go right on over. How are you doing?
I am also recuperating. I went and got a pedicure and a facial, a heavy wearing of the makeup for a few days. We were heavy on that makeup. But just recuperating, hanging out with my family and spending time and just in awe of how God moves in every part of my life and how he wants to be involved in everything, even fashion. It amazes me.
Love it, love it, love it. And we look forward to hearing more about, again, you and Rhonda tearing up that runway. And we got amazing pictures. Y'all was gorgeous, but I'm going to pull back, check in with Bliv Mash. How are you doing?
Love is love. I'm doing great. I'm glad everybody's recovering from, the health issues and everything.
I'm a little tired, worked hard today, but overall I'm doing great. As you already introduced, the new video released today for the new single. So I'm
Awesome.
just excited to spread the word of the Lord with my family and tribe.
Love it, love it, love it. This is exciting because we get the opportunity, one, to share it with all of our viewers. As you know, we love supporting each other, and it comes from a genuine place. That's why it's not even a thing for us to, share all of the goodness that we've seen and heard of and getting into as we join together today. So, as always, we start out with our super fan shout out. Today is going to be no different. We're getting into it. And you know what? We are going to shout out one of our family and friends. Today I get a unique opportunity because since Tilted is not here, I actually am shouting her out today, letting her know that we are excited about her. So our shout out, super fan shout out today is for none other than our own Nikita Hansford, Tilted Halo Media, Hello, LLC, all of the things and all of the wonderful work that she's doing. We normally don't get this opportunity because she's on the mic. So, of course, she's bigging up on everybody else. Today, we're going to give a shout out to her. Peter, we love you. We know that you're out here. She's ministering today. And so excited about what God is doing in her life as well. When she is not here, we all know our sister is still working. She is still getting it in. So shout out to her as she continues just to share that joy tsunami with everybody that she's coming in contact with this weekend. I know it's a family affair that she's at a women's conference this weekend sharing her gifts. So excited about that. And we chugging along. Tribe family, we're going to do just a little bit of a check-in. Marisol and Rhonda, can y'all tell us individually how some tidbits about your last weekend, how you were burning up the runway, and maybe big up some of the designers and makeup artists and all of the people that put the entire fashion week together? Marisol, I'll kick it over to you to tell a little bit about your participation.
Oh my God. All the designers, shout out to all the designers. They were totally amazing. Every single one of them. But my favorite one was Lord Proverbs. I believe I got to get his handle on Instagram to actually give you the full name, but it was amazing. I was having a terrible, terrible day. I have, my elderly parents at home, and some things that, how it goes as they get older. And I ran into Rhonda's arms and Emily's arms. Okay. I was so stressed out, ran into their arms, and they prayed for me right there. And I felt God with me the whole entire time. The show must go on. And when I met the designer, and he looks me over and he says, "Oh, great. I have the perfect, the perfect fit for you, the perfect coat for you." And he put it on me. And at that moment, I felt energized. I felt connected to the garment, to the fabric. And then I normally don't ask the designers what their thought process is, because one, there's never hardly any time for all that. But I was like compelled to like really, I asked him, like the spirit wouldn't leave me alone to ask him. And so I asked him, like, what was your thought process with this beautiful garment? Because on the back of it said women empowerment. And when I put it on, all the women, Rhonda, Emily, all the women were around me were screaming, "Oh, Marisol, that's just for you, because that's what you're all about." And I
Yeah.
was having a terrible day. I mean, it was awful. And the whole prayer thing. And so I saw God moving right there in real time. And it kind of like, it freaked me out. And at the same time, I was just like resting in my feminine energy, in the joy of the Lord. It was just overwhelming. Anyway, so he tells me that the garments, how he pieced it together, his brother passed away, and those were some of his favorite items, like his favorite quilt, his favorite pair of jeans, some of his favorite things. And then the brother was into women empowerment and things of that nature. So when he put the coat on me, I felt connected. Having the bad day, I just felt there was an angel literally on my shoulders, and the God was telling me it's okay, everything's gonna work out, no matter what you're going through, no matter what's happening, all is well with the world, everything's gonna work out. Enjoy the moment. I'm here. And I had a few of those instances where I saw him working and telling me, and then I was in awe. I was like, I mean, I seen God work in so many different parts of my life that kept me in awe, but I'm in awe like constantly because sometimes you feel undeserving, or you feel not enough, or you feel, and he's there constantly telling you, you are enough, you are worthy. And then when they crowned me, Mrs. Runaway Royalty,
Yes.
I was beside myself because
You
not
gotta give
only
a
am I
clap up
the
for that.
thank you, thank you. Not only am I the daughter of the one true God, and He crowns me, but my peers, my community crowned me in front of everyone. So my Redeemer lives. It was just a moment that incredible, and that's why I do these fashion shows and I connect with people, because I want them to know that He's real. You know.
That's powerful.
Yeah, I want people to know that he's real, even in fashion. Like, he wants to know, what you're gonna wear. He wants to be involved in all that brings you joy, even and then what blew my mind was that all this happened through fabric. And then I was like, oh my God, the fabric, the DNA. And then, my mind starts going, my mind starts going into that deepness with God. It's just and thank you, Rhonda, because when I saw you and you held me at that moment, you held it down for me with that prayer, and Emily, and that's something that, is just amazing. And then, when Eugenia Watson was doing my hair, she also prayed over me. I was like, God is everywhere, because she didn't even know what was going on at the moment that had me so stressed out. And she sat there, she combed my hair, and she started praying over me. And she was praying exactly what was happening in my heart at that moment. She called it out and she prayed. So shout out to the hairstylist. I mean, it was just a room full of godly women and people that are imperfectly perfect.
Love
All the
it.
designers did amazing. And then, what's crazy is that I get on stage and I have all these things that I want to say, and I say none of it. Okay. I say none of it, but I was able to focus on my husband, and then he brought it back to life for me, and I was able to muster something, but
That's
it was,
beautiful.
it was an experience to say the least. Well, we have beautiful, beautiful designers that Rhonda collaborate on all of that, because I get so heated up with this, I can't talk no more.
Love it, love it, love it. So, Rhonda, tell us about you steaming up the runway.
I will say that Nikita was the driving force for me to actually sign up, because I was tempted to sign up, and then I was like, yeah, for my 50th, I want to do something different. And she was like, go ahead, do it,
Yeah.
Rhonda. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I think I signed up on the last day that it was due to sign up. The last day is when I signed up. And I will say that it is a big change from when I was 16, 17 years ago, to see the different types of women, all shades, all sizes, all ages. And I was in awe to be in a room of so many different types of queens and kings, all sizes. And it's amazing, because when I was modeling, you had to be stick thin. And to see that now we are accepting of everyone, and it was just amazing. If I was put in that space maybe how many years ago, I didn't even think it would have been possible to see so many different people. And each of the designers that I model for, truly amazing. Denim jeans, her mind is like, just to see the things that she creates, it's like moving art. And I agree with Marisol. One of my favorite designers was Lord Proverbs dash Elamati Scream. I think that's his Instagram handle. And I didn't know about his cloak coat Friday Saturday night. I spoke to him Sunday because it was a little less stressful, a little less, activity going on. And I said to him, the coat I was wearing, I get that each fabric represents our culture or a certain person or something that happened in history. But can you tell me a little bit about my coat, if you don't mind? And he said, your coat is called the morph butterfly. And basically it's women who I think I had a video with him explaining it too, women who were divorced and now have to start all over again, women who have lost loved ones and had to start all over again, women who had went through cancer, and you're starting your life all over again. That's what it represented. A new birth, a new you evolving. And I was like, oh my God. My girlfriend / mentor who passed away in it was July. She loved butterflies. It was pink butterflies on this cloak. There was purple because I love purple, both colors. When he told me that, I had to stay in a corner to like settle myself because I was like kind of shaking because I was like, why is she talking to me in this way? I felt like she was there now. The butterfly, the pink colors. And when he said that, I'm like, his clothing is truly a work of art. God is with him. Instead, he chose the people to represent these his fashion. And I think everybody got a sense of who they were from his coats. And it was just amazing. It was truly amazing. The hairstylist, Eugenia Watson, I think that's her name. She is one of the sweetest ladies. I mean, the patience, she was so kind, she was so sweet and attentive. And I loved every moment of it because my mom was like, when I told my mom, I didn't tell anybody because I just wanted to do it for me. My daughter was busy with her play. My oldest is in college doing what she needed to get done. My husband was running around with the kids. So I really didn't have anybody there because we had family things to do. And I didn't think this was important enough. It was important enough for me to experience this, but really not for everybody else until it happened. And my mom said something. She was like, wow, at the age of 50, you're going back out and modeling? Are you crazy?
Love it.
And she was laughing. And I said to her, well, it is something that I wanted to get back into like years ago, but because of the culture of the modeling business, I didn't want to because I didn't want to destroy my soul and who I am as a person. So meeting Marisol, Emily, and seeing Grace, all these ladies in our age group doing it with so much passion, grace, love each other. We were hyping each other up nearly every day. And I had a fan because, again, that menopause thing started and all these clothes, we were hot. So I had the fan and I was fanning everybody. They saw me with that fan. I was like, oh, I feel the air over here. I feel like everybody had menopause back there. Everybody was just hot. But it was so much fun. And I am grateful and I'm so thankful for Lehigh Valley Fashion Week and Suri, everyone who played a part.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that, and Nikita, she's the one who started that engine and it's going. Thank you, Marisol.
Oh, thank you. We
My
had a
runway buddy.
fabulous time. Oh my God. We didn't even practice that. Did you see that?
Yes.
We didn't even practice that move, but I kept telling her, I really want to walk the runway with you. I felt it in my heart. Like that was something we needed to do.
You manifested that.
And we did it and we nailed it.
I love it. I love it. I love
so
it.
Much joy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love it. You know, as both of you were talking, the thing that came to mind was that true joy. And a lot of times, you know, we hear sisters not getting along, women not getting along. But two things that came to mind was Marisol, how you mentioned the prayer was on time, how the clothing was a testament to where both of you are. From us knowing all of the things that you all are doing, Rhonda, I'm Yeah. Yes at 50. Yes at 50. That's the entire answer. Yes. Do it all. So dreams
Mhm.
don't die. They get another chance to be lived through each of us. And I just love that you both had an amazing time. You didn't have to do it by yourself. You know that sometimes we might hesitate, be like, well, I don't want to be the only one. But I'm excited that you all were able to do that. Believe that mean me and you, we're gonna have to hit the runway the next time. I don't know what, but
We'll figure it out.
we will figure it out. We'll figure.
Yeah.
So super excited for you all, and that the entire Lehigh Valley Fashion Week was a success. That's the biggest thing that came out of all of this, and for people to be hopefully introduced to new artists, whether it was makeup artists, new award winning. Like, listen, we always say this on the show. We think each of you are superstars, but to know that you've been crowned Marisol, we get to come out and be like, listen, award winning. Okay. So we're excited about that and
Thank
looking for
you.
more things to come. Looking for more things to come. Now, I want to get into a little bit because Rhonda, you mentioned it a little bit about some of the warmness that y'all all felt in the back of the scenes, behind the scenes with on the show. What were some things that you all were able to do? I know you mentioned your fam. Was it anything else that you all were able to do as those hot flashes or those what are we calling them? Those Holy
I
Ghost
was
moments were coming to heat up the place.
I think I gave myself the name Sweaty Betty because I couldn't take it. I had tissue everywhere you
Oh,
could imagine. And then my girlfriend said, "Oh my God, what did you do to your face?" I said, "What happened?" She says, "You have white dots all over your face. That was the tissue." So I had to go back to the makeup artist and say, "Help a sister out, please." It was rough. It was rough.
wow.
And then when you're sweaty and everything, you know, like all the stuff that's sucking everything in is plastic. And you're like, oh my God. And I was looking at Rhonda. She said, "You all right?" I said, "Girl, I can't wait to get out of all of this." But it was only because of the menopause. If not, I would have lived in that red dress and the crown
Oh my
forever.
gosh, yo. Oh my
Love
gosh.
it, love it. Okay, well, I'm glad that you were able to endure it without too much craziness. The Sweaty Betty, I think
Wow.
we all have those moments. We can definitely appreciate the hotness that was going on. So it wasn't just on the runway.
We
Rhonda,
were slaying the runway and slaying menopause, okay?
Same time.
Yes. We opened the back door and we kept just like, ah, ah.
love it, love it, love it. Listen, we just taking a minute. Thank you so much for all of you who are tuning in. We very much appreciate you joining this joy tsunami. Listen, whether it's hot, cold, sweaty or not, we're excited that you are here to join us. For our replay viewers, we're happy that you have pressed play to come alongside this joy tsunami as we check in with our tribe family. Why? Because there's so much stuff going on that we get the opportunity. This is a privilege that we get to share our days, share our projects, share our experiences with you as we continue to build, to grow, not just one brand, but listen, we got 4 or 5 brands right here that we get to celebrate every single day. And we do our best to support each other. So shout out to Sari and the whole crew who were involved in the Lehigh Valley Fashion Week. Next year, we're going to have to sponsor getting some big fans. So we'll get the big fans in the back so y'all got that air blowing the whole time. If they invite you all back, you know you got the cooling system already ready. Super excited about that. So listen, Rhonda, I want to pass the mic to you to talk a little bit about our recalls. You got anything on your list that you want to share with our listeners and viewers for what they need to be keeping their eyes out for?
Definitely, Karen. This week I found 3. I know last month I discussed three others that are two still one is still active,
Mm,
but the three new recalls that I have, I know we all like quick breakfast meals. One of the ones here from March is Jen's breakfast burritos.
mm.
They're recalling these about 144 pounds of the right to eat breakfast burritos because they contain listeria.
Wow.
Um, Listeria causes fever, flu-like symptoms, and eventually diarrhea. Some people have the runny stools. Symptoms can last from like a week to 4 weeks after eating them. And it's the 7-ounce individual wax paper packages. Smoked bacon. Look for the code 0601 on the back of the packages. That's the first one. The second recall is for ground beef, and this is a big recall. There are like 13 products. You will need to go visit www.fsis.usda.gov to get a list of all these the ground beef products. It's the pre-season beef. One is beef, and one is the 7-ounce patties to the 10 pounds ground beef. And these were made by Greater Omaha. So if you visit the site, it still be at the top of the page, and you can click into the recall that says ground beef products, and it will take you to the listing of those products. They didn't have a list of where they were sold, so I'm kind of like, where is the ground beef? I'm assuming maybe in Omaha, but it could be other places.
Yeah.
The last recall I have is for Johnsonville turkey sausages, which my husband uses as well. I don't know if you know, it shapes like a horseshoe,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the kielbasa sausages. And apparently there are rubber pieces inside these sausages.
Oh man, listen, we going back on a fast.
Whoa.
I
Marisol,
think
ship out
maybe I
that
should eat
farmer's
like
market.
baby food, you know? I'm
I
thinking
checked the
maybe
one
like
that I have in
baby
my
food.
fridge.
Got us out here eating rubber. What the?
Yes,
Listen.
and it's the 12-ounce vacuum seal packages with the best by dates May 12th, 2024 to May 18th, 2024. On one side of the package, the establishment number is P32009. So that's the number you're looking for. If you have a package in your fridge right now, that's the number you need to look for to see if that's the recall one. Because I have one in my fridge because my husband makes it with peppers and onions and tomatoes for the kids and do it with rice, because I'm like, don't do beef, just do turkey. They like the turkey ones, but apparently that's on recall.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, so maybe before I go to the grocery store, I should check that website before I hit the streets and eat
Yes.
plastic.
Yes.
That's a big
Hmm.
deal because this is
Oh
stuff
my
we
God.
eat.
You
Now,
be grilling. People are right to grill sausages and everything, and you're
yes,
grilling the rubber,
yes,
so it's gonna melt.
Yeah,
yes.
eating rubber. Might as
And then
well,
the ground beef. Oh,
might as well eat the packaging. You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Yes, that was one that shocked me because this is something I actually have in my home.
wow.
Yes.
That's scary. Okay, I'm going back on the fast. We're gonna follow Marisol to the farmers market and just
Veggies.
yeah, get the veggies.
Well, that's what happened. Like the fashion show opened up my eyes to a lot of things. So like I looked at myself and I said, oh, these are all the things that I really enjoy about myself and I like about myself. And then these are the things that I need to work on. And so I hit the farmer's market.
Love it. Love it, love it,
And
love
you're
it.
supporting, you're supporting the farmers, you're supporting the local people who
Oh
are doing
yeah.
this for the love of, of people and fresh fruit without pesticides and all the chemicals on the food. So you're
Yeah.
doing good by going to the farmers market.
So now are any of us here gardeners? Are we ones that like to grow things in whether indoors or for our own selves?
I do. I love
Yeah.
to grow my own stuff. My daughter, when she first became a Girl Scout, she fell in love with bees. She loved bees, and she told me, and she made me watch a video. In China, they have to pollinate the fruits and vegetables by hand with a Q-tip,
Mm.
and because they don't have bees, all the pesticides, all the chemicals that they use kill out the bees. So you
Wow.
have to pay for pollen. You have to actually go pay for pollen and then use a Q-tip and go pollinate yourself. That opened my eyes up. So I got a flower garden, I got plants, and we started growing our own food, like a small garden, and then eventually got bigger. Because my little one loves strawberries, so we would grow strawberries, we grow zucchini, cucumbers, any kind of vegetable, you name it, we grow it. The first year I tried sweet potatoes and baby potatoes. I just took one that was in my kitchen and I threw it in some soil, and it produced a whole bunch of potatoes for me. So
Love
I
it.
love growing my own stuff every year. I have pineapples in the house, like 2 pineapple plants in my house. And I'm trying my hand at avocado because I want to have my own avocado tree. And I have a lemon tree in the garage, my garage right now.
Love it. Love it. All right, Bliv, we gonna start.
Oh,
Um,
hold on. I was gonna let y'all know. I don't know if y'all remember, but I got an apple tree in my backyard. It gave me like 2,000 apples last year. So
Oh, I want
I got
apples.
I
We
gotta
going
see
apple
what it does
picking.
Make
this
some
year.
apple pies.
love it. Yes, Farmer Bliv. Love
I
it.
have a
Love
whole bunch of oregano if anybody needs oregano.
it.
Yes.
That's a good
Yes.
thing. I'll grow herbs in the, like
Yeah.
in the kitchen. And
Mm-hmm.
my husband being from North Carolina, he's like, I don't understand this stuff. Put it in the ground. Like he's like, put it in the ground. It's like, we'll get there. Don't worry. But taking some demystifying those little things like farming, growing your own
Yeah.
vegetables, herbs, and I believe it's like strawberry season now. So,
Mhm.
hopefully everybody is getting all of the good stuff. But I'm gonna remember that when we come back around that we know we getting apples from Blib or all of our fall events. We coming over just
All
Apples.
right.
get our bushel.
Hey, yeah, come
What
come get
kind of
them.
apples? What kind? What
It's
kind?
the
The
red
red ones?
apples.
Those are
Yeah,
the
the
best
red.
ones.
And sometimes they might get like this big.
Wow.
Wow.
Honestly, what I
Oh
did, I
my
had
God,
so
that will make the best candy
yeah.
apples.
Yo, I had so many. I put them in like freezer bags and threw a whole bunch in the freezer. And
Nice.
then when I make
Wow.
my little smoothies in the morning, my little
Hmm.
veggie and fruit
Right.
smoothies, I just throw one of them in there.
And
That's right.
they say that apples have more vitamin C than an orange. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can
I
juice
just
those
found that out
apples.
right now.
Love
Juice
it.
those apples.
Listen,
Juice them.
learning
Let me
something
Apples.
just
new
go
every
get apples
day.
over there.
Yeah,
Love
so
it.
I'm
Love it.
I'm I'm
How
Apple
about
guy.
them apples?
Very clever, Marisol. That was good. So listen, all these recalls that we're talking about, tis the season for you to figure out what's gardening in what you can garden in your region, what things because the littlest thing can turn into something big. So Glib is talking about apples. We got oregano. We got all kinds of things that are growing. We want to remind you, listen, take your own health into your hands. Listeners, watchers, we often say we are here for the lifetime fineness. That's right. Lifetime fine. That means it's not just one thing, not just two things. And speaking of that, we know Yolanda wasn't able to join us just yet, but she did share with us some information. So we want to take just this quick moment to get into the moment with Yolanda, and she's gonna show us a little bit about chair dips. And so we're gonna go right to the video. If y'all feel like it, go ahead in the background and get some chair dips. I don't know if I'm going to actually physically do this right now, because in my mind, I'm thinking something totally different when we say dips. But here's Yolanda with her segment of chair dips with
Some
Yolanda.
dips.
That part. There you go. Please got it. Let's check it out.
What's good? So sis is back to talk about
another workout. I want to talk about tricep dips, right? So you can work the triceps because you don't want this flabby back here. I do work my arms a lot. As you can see, you probably notice my shoulders are toned and based off of my biceps. When you want to wear those tank tops, honey, you want to be toned. When you want to wear those sundresses, you want to look toned, right? But anyway, let me show you, because you want to do it the proper way. So I'm going to sit down on the chair and I'm going to scoop myself up, right, to the edge of the chair. I'm putting my hands down. You want your feet shoulder width apart. When you come down slowly and look straight across you. Make sure that your back is close to the chair. Come up, pause, come back down. See that? You see how I'm working my triceps? Right? Simple movement. You could do 15 of these at least 3 days a week. If you feel like you can do more, go for it. But I'm not going to do too many on the video because sis already did a lot. But I wanted to show you that you don't want to be looking flabby back here. Sis, tone it up. My 50 and up ladies, listen, let's show the young girls how we doing it out here, okay? I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.
Love it, love it, love it. Listen, she's speaking to us to remind us we here for the lifetime fine. So thanks, Yolanda, for that segment, making sure that we get it. Bliv already got his in, so we know the toning is going on over there. I'm gonna save mine till later because I might need to call 911 if we start. I don't know. She was going up and down like, wait, what? Okay, well, we'll practice. We'll start with 5 and then work our way up to 15 or 20. She said she did a lot of them. So shout out to Yolanda. We appreciate the tricep dips. I promise. Mine is doing another thing. I'm going to stop because I heard triceps. I heard dip, but that was a whole nother, I'm thinking spinach, artichoke, crab, buffalo chicken. Them the 5 that's probably got me in this mess, needing more dips than maybe the rest of the folks. So now we got that tricep dip. So now I got to retrain the brain. Listen, we are excited again that you joined us. We are sharing this joy tsunami, and we talk gardening, we talk fashion, we even have talked workout. But listen, right now, what we are going to talk about is a little bit of joy. So, Bliv, I'm about to share the exclusive, super excited. We could have did it any other day, but we had to do it while you were sitting right here to share with the people, to share what Jesus brings me joy. And it's a whole family affair now. I'm not gonna say that you might have wanted to already have been eating dinner, but I got a little hungry watching this video. You'll see why in a minute. So here we go with Bliv Mash's Jesus Brings Me Joy.
Jesus brings me joy. Jesus joy. Jesus brings me joy. Jesus joy. Look, man, it's bigger than Bliv Mash. They tried to derail my energy like a train crash. Figured I'd sell my soul for some quick cash. Told them 3,000 times I'm a big boy outcast. I don't need y'all help. I got it out the mud. Saved by his blood. Alpha and Omega, jury and judge showing me love. When I was dirty, worms and the bugs washing me up. Cleansing my soul, bubble and suds. The enemy lurks, I move strategical. Never lose faith like that old coach who believes in you. When I find it feasible to beef over business, real flex is just showing forgiveness. I ain't trying to twist your arm like it's a pipe and I'm working with wrenches. Just want these thoughts to stick like some glue on some dentures. If you ever feel defenses and war with the monsters, just follow the path Jesus Christ is the compass. Jesus brings me joy. Jesus joy. Jesus brings me joy. Jesus joy. Jesus let sinners walk with him. Then he changed their life, so every time I give my offering, I be thinking Christ paid the price, man. He saved my soul. Let him take the wheel, relax, put it on cruise control. Or autopilot and fly around Venus fly traps. Demons try to take your last breath like when your lungs collapse. You want smoke? Over nicotine patch. I read my Bible every time I relapse. We serve a God that's so amazing, so I ain't going through withdrawal if you see me shaking. Just want to praise and make it thanks to the Lord, who had nails in his hands, and I ain't talking about a manicure. He ain't dodged the bull like a matador. He said, give me all your stress, put it on the Lord. When he closes one, he opens a better door. Faithfully pursuing, we get everything we asking for. Jesus, praise me, joy. Jesus, joy. Jesus, praise me, joy. Jesus, joy, 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 joy. Praise me, joy. Jesus, joy, 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 joy. Praise me, joy. Jesus, joy.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Total family affair there. Love it, love it, love it. I told y'all was gonna be hungry afterwards. Like they had all of the big pieces of chicken. Oh my
I was
goodness.
wondering, I said, I wonder if you guys were eating it like for real, for real. Was it hot at that moment when you was filming, or you had to go back and film again, like take one, take two?
No, it was hot. We was doing it live. We got the food, so let's go.
That was hot, girl.
Yeah, let's make it as real as possible.
I saw some real chewing. That's all I could say for that. So that part was not fake. I saw some real pieces of chicken. Love it, love it, love it.
It made me hungry.
I'm telling. Now, Blib, I know you talked to us, last month about the process and how, you worked on this, but tell us a little bit about, the video and how you look like your family in there, friends, and how you got everybody together to bring that to life.
I pretty much, I always quote the same Bible scriptures like Proverbs 22:6. Raise up a child in the way they should go, and in the end they will not depart from it. So shout out to the Whitfields, whose Mama Mash, Papa Mash, who were present in the video. They raised me in the church. Even though I became a knucklehead and strayed, I came back to the Lord. That's like Proverbs says. And with that being said, I just wanted to have a song with my family together to represent, Christ. And also show my lineage, like the little guy you see in the beginning. That's my grandson.
Love it.
3 out of 4 of my sons were there. One of my sons couldn't make it, but 3 out of 4 of my sons were there, and his fiance, and then my mother and father. So that was pretty much a family affair right there. And that's just what I wanted to do. I just wanted to chop it up, have my family in a video, let them have some fun, because they seen several of my videos, but they weren't in all of them. And my mom and dad decided to get over in the studio with me and sing on the chorus. So I just wanted to show, my appreciation to the way they helped raise me.
Well,
so I had to get them in the vid.
Y'all
and then, shout out to director Hitman. That's my video guy. He's so down to earth, and he works with you. And so the combination of just being around my family that I love so much, praise the Lord, and us just being us. And director Hitman knowing how to capture that, it was just a fantastic time.
Love it, love it, and we saw that. I promise it came through in the video. Everybody looked real. A lot of times when we get family, they like, is the camera on me? Everybody looking every which way, but they all did their thing. And what we saw in there was really, truly Jesus bringing joy right in the midst of your whole family. So I love it that you had multiple generations. You had your Mama Mash and Papa Mash. Listen, I love it because that's now from now henceforth and forever. That's Mama Mash and Papa Mash. Love it, love it, love it. So you tell them we renamed them over here. God bless the Whitfields. Y'all came out and showed it out. And we are so glad that we get the opportunity to share it with our audience. So it ain't nothing like family. We say it all of the time. Everybody doesn't have that blessing of family. But listen, when we got it, just do all of the things. I love it, love it, love it. And I get to play my have my DJ hat on. So I'm super excited when I get to do that too. All right, DJ Cash in the building. So we're gonna chug down the lane, and I want us to be talking a little bit. Wait a minute, let me see if I get it. Me. What's really going on? What's really going on? What's really going on and on and on and on and on?
What's really going on?
Hey, listen.
Going
So
on.
I wanted us to chop it up because I got one question that I had a little bit. Tilted and I were talking, and I'm like, she literally called me, and I don't know where I was. I think I had just came home I visited up in the Pittsburgh area last week, and she said, can you do me a favor? And I'm like, sure, sis, anything. She's like, I need you to pray for this weather. Okay, pray for this weather because these April showers are taking over. And so I wanted just to take a moment for us to talk a little bit about what's going on with this weather. Are y'all folks who love rain? Certain people, I know a couple of people who actually say to me, I love rainy days. I am not one of those people. So I'm doing a tribe check-in and wondering, how are y'all doing with all of these rainy April showers? Blair, how about you in the rain?
I'm not feeling it. Rain for real. When it gets like damp and moody like that, my bones start aching. I'm not a young boy anymore. I start feeling it. Had some surgeries, so the bones, like I said, where they cut me, and then on top of that, that rain makes the grass grow all crazy in my backyard, and that means lawnmower season. You got to get out there and cut the grass. So definitely not feeling it. I'm ready for just warm weather, no rain. It can rain every now and then, but not like this.
It seemed like it's been week after week after week. What about you, Rhonda? You doing okay with the rain?
Yeah. Only thing is, I don't mind the rain because I'm from the islands. I don't mind the rain, but the cold. It's the cold that comes with that rain I do not like. And it's beautiful when you're working Monday to Friday, but then something happens over the weekend and we got a whole bunch of rain. Nobody can go outside and enjoy the weekend because it's too cold and too rainy. So I don't have a problem with the rain, but that cold, Karen,
Yeah.
no, I stay in bed underneath my blankets. I'm not coming out. I'm not.
I love it. Marisol, how about you in the rain?
So it's twofold for me because I feel like ain't nothing gonna stop me from hitting that pavement if I gotta go. I'm just gonna throw on a cute outfit, get my little umbrella, and make it like I don't know, try to make it a fun rainy day. Although I do appreciate cozy rainy days indoors when it's cold. But what are you gonna do? I mean, it is what it is. It does make the veggies grow better. It does make the flowers grow better, and it does help with the pollen when it rains.
I'll give you that. I at least don't have to wash the car as much when it rains because the pollen down here is it's next level like Pennsylvania. I think
Bad.
I never noticed it in New Jersey growing up, but it just is something else down here. Like this pollen is on steroids. I could literally say that. It's like, wait a minute. Because even when I wash the car, my sister and I, we always, this is one of the times where I cry helpless and I say, husband, this pollen, what am I supposed to do? This pollen on the car. He's like, really? Well, that's your responsibility. Like, you have to make sure the pollen is off of my car. But it's there as soon as the rain stops. The pollen comes right back, all of the green, and it gets on all of the cars, all of and I always am mindful, like, wait a minute, we breathing this in, and it's like an inch thick. So that's always a thing for us, that he's got a sprayer that he sprays the car down, and I'm like, I didn't see anything. He's like, I promise I was out there. Okay, well, that pollen doesn't
It came
respect
back real quick.
it
Or
every
the
time.
allergy medicine. If you take too much allergy medicine, you
Yeah.
get kind of lethargic, you
You
know, it's too
do, you
much.
do, you do. So that's something. I mean, I don't know what May is gonna look like, but we about to have a lot of flowers for Mother's Day, because all of this rain here, it's gonna be a jungle literally growing in our front lawns by that time. So we'll see what goes on with that. So I want to transition. This is probably a little bit of merrily down the stream with a twist of what's really going on, because we heard that there was a remake of the show Good Times, and many of us may have seen it. JJ, all of them, Michael and Florida Evans, the whole Evans family, and now they've come out on one of those streaming channels with a whole brand new thing, and we've heard some uproar from people. Actually, I don't know if I've heard anybody say they've watched and enjoyed the show. I've only heard a lot of sort of negative commentary for it, but I haven't watched it. I don't know if I'm going to, but it sparked the question. I got to bring a little tilted into the arena with a crazy question. I probably won't do it as well as she does, but I want to ask each of you tribe members, what reunion TV show would you want to see remade? Like for me, I'm like, well, I could do a reunion, but this remake of the show, I just never feel like they do it right. What's that show that you're like, you know what? I'd like to see them bring those folks back and get together for a show. Bliv, I'll start with you. What show might you want to see remade?
You know what? I actually went blank because wow. I mean, I used to like The Wire, but I don't think you could do a reunion or remake that type of show. So I don't know. I guess I would have to go with something like I don't know, maybe like a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but with the real cast, not because you know how they remade it with the newer people.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you couldn't do that because Uncle Phil ain't here no more. So I don't know. I guess I gotta kind of tap out on that question because I'm kind of stuck. I don't know.
I mean, that's a good suggestion, though, because with the folks that's here, well, they did that with Wakanda when Chapman, when Boseman passed. They kept on with sort of the franchise, but you switch up the story a little bit. So that I agree. I like that one there. Marisol, anything come to mind for you?
It's hard because growing up, my mom always used to tell me, "Stop watching those things. There's nobody there representing us," and it was hard. It wasn't. I mean,
That's
we had
fair.
good times and stuff, but it was like we were living good times because we lived in the projects. So I kind of like didn't want to watch it on TV too, if I
Got
was living it. So if I had to pick one, I don't know. I don't know if I would pick any of. I don't know. I feel like my brother over here, with probably with Fresh Prince or something like that. But with the original cast, usually when they do the remakes, they're not as good as, especially when you switch up the actors,
good point.
it's
Good
not the same. But I
good
don't
point.
know.
Rhonda, what about you?
I don't know which ones I would want to. It wouldn't be the Brady Bunch, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a tough question. This is tough. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I enjoyed Living Single,
Oh, yeah,
and
okay.
I will love to see them all. I will love to. Maxine Shaw was
Yes, that's
she
a
was
good one.
fierce. She was fierce, and I know she's still around. And I would love to see her back in that position. That I would like to see her back acting, doing that, because that was a really nice. I really enjoy Living Single, and I would say a different world if everybody's still around. I
Mm.
love the different world.
Yeah, Yeah.
We are all different, but we came together in one world, and that was just amazing to see that they tackle all the things that we as a people like went through. They
Mm-hmm.
tackle every subject. So I would love to see something like that remade.
Can I
That's
say
a
something
good
real
one.
quick?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to give a shout out to my nephew Donovan, aka Suzuki Speedstar, because he was actually in Raven Simone's show when they redid it.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, my nephew actually had a couple scenes in her show.
nice.
So I
That's
mean, that was kind
nice.
of cool watching family on the screen.
Absolutely.
Um, I can't think of the name of the episodes off the top of my head, but her newest show when she came back,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, he
'Cause
was
it
like
used
the
to be
main.
that so
He was the friend
Raven.
of like the main kid. So
Yeah, that's so
Wow.
Raven. Yeah, that's so
yeah,
Raven. My kids
Yeah.
love that show.
yeah.
It
So
was
if you ever
like,
look at the credits, his name is Donovan Whitfield. So
okay,
Nice.
that real name, of course, but so shout out.
yes, because there's nothing. They're remaking stuff like I'm watching the remake of Shogun, and I'm lost. I'm like,
Mhm.
this doesn't feel like the real show. I like the real Shogun versus this. So when they remake it, I don't like they're taking away certain things from it. They're taking away like the feeling of the show because they're
Mhm.
making it so they don't want to show the guts and the gore. Like if I'm chopping your head off, I don't want to see your head rolling. I want to see the parts that made your before the roll. We just see the head rolling,
Yeah,
but what happened between that?
right.
Not
So
chopping
they
off the head. Lord have mercy.
So
What
well,
was
I
the
love a
name
good
of that?
machete.
What was the name of that show? We're moving on now to the
moving
Jeffersons.
on.
The
Jefferson.
Jeffersons.
Jeffersons. Okay, so
Jeffersons.
Jefferson.
maybe the Jeffersons, because I like the
Yeah.
Jeffersons. Maybe I
Piece
will
That's
of
do that
true.
one.
That's true.
Because we're moving on up.
Yes, we
No,
are.
real
Yes,
quick
we
though, I'm
are.
sorry. Don't get mad at me, y'all. But the new Good Times is hot garbage in a bag.
There's a new one.
I heard it's
That,
Yeah,
not
so
good.
yeah,
It's
that
called
was
Good Times.
it's a cartoon on that streaming site, and they got a little baby selling drugs. Come on, man, like a baby, like in like a baby carriage, but hustling, selling drugs. It's just like
Are we trying to get
I
away from
guess
that?
they stereotyped and took everything that they thought would be funny,
It's not
but
funny.
that isn't funny to
It's
us.
not
wow.
funny.
So it's
Wow,
like,
wow,
to
wow.
me, who is the show really for? Because Good
Yeah.
Times, the original Good Times represented like, the struggle and how to overcome that struggle in a
Yes.
positive manner with everything we
True.
face.
True.
This hot garbage, I mean, I don't know, like I said, I don't know who they made this for. Supposed to be
Who
funny, but I
created
ain't
it?
feeling it.
Who
Who made
created
it?
it?
Yo, I know, unfortunately, I heard Steph Curry, the basketball player, is one of like the
Yeah.
executive producers. And from what I heard, the brother's supposed to be a Christian. So I don't know. Let me just stop. I don't want to get started because then I'll
Well,
get the ranting.
the one thing that came to my mind, Bliv, was we get a choice, or there are choices as actors, as entertainers, what we want our name associated with. And so that was the thought that came to my mind, because it was like, okay, yeah, when we show up, we hope that is to add to something. I haven't watched it. And so one of my challenges was the trailer itself was just like, nah, y'all could keep that, because I want to support anything that we're making. But
Mhm.
some of this stuff, it's like, nah, I'm gonna have to head out because that's not gonna work for me. I remember
Right.
like this when I saw the trailer, it reminds me of the PJs. And
Mhm.
I could never watch that show, and my kids would laugh at me because I would say they stink. Like they look like they stink. And so no,
Mhm.
I can't watch them. I don't like that. But in that line of this is how this whole conversation started, because it's sort of like they could have just left that alone. Like leave
Mhm.
it alone. They
Mhm.
were fine. Like we know what struggle is as far as what we saw with Good Times. Do we want to see a different narrative? Absolutely. And I just didn't feel like that's the way they went. But Rhonda, I'm going alongside with you. A Different World was the remake
Yep.
that I'm like, I want to see that reunion. I want to see that, because I also feel like with that, we saw people from different backgrounds, but we also saw people not just in school, but it
Yeah.
brought up the conversation of, so what are you doing? Are you getting that job? Are you, going to college? What are the things that you're kind of doing with that? And it wasn't a one size fits all. Yes, it definitely highlighted a lot of college life, which is real. At a HBCU, I know growing up, I was like, I want to go to Hillman. I don't know where all these schools come from, but I want to go to Hillman. So I think it was a good time for it. And just to see the reunion, as Marisol said, I would like to see the original, cast
Yeah.
of those type of shows. But that was my whole challenge. Is like, well, if we're remaking a classic, because Good Times is a classic from the 70s,
Yeah.
what are we doing? And it does beg the question, Blib, like you said, who's the audience that you're trying to attract? Because
Mhm.
even if we wanted to introduce Good Times in theory to like our children, our grandchildren, is this the thing that we want them to see? No, that's not what we want them to see. We definitely want them to see different. So hopefully, we never know how this works, whether they're gonna get another season, whether they'll get another chance to do something different. But if y'all gonna make a remake, make it better. Like, that's in my mind, make it better. Don't make it worse than the one that we originally saw, because we saw it, we knew it happened, but it wasn't like in your face in those regards. So it's always something fun that we got going on with that. But we definitely get an opportunity to think about what is the news of the day and all of the things. Now, I gotta bring something up, and this came up last week, and Tilted asked for a question, so I'm gonna ask it to y'all because I really didn't have an answer for it. So we heard of the passing of OJ Simpson. And we know a lot of the legacy. I don't know how many of us watched the speed chase or non-speed chase back in the day. But what are your thoughts on? We really didn't hear a lot going on with that, so it was kind of interesting. We knew that he passed. Not a lot of people said anything. Yeah, Rhonda, I'll shoot it over to you. What are your thoughts on the passing of OJ, and what legacy do you feel like he has left behind?
I really don't have any thoughts. Because when I was told at work, I was like, okay, we all have a beginning and an end, and I assume this is his end. Like, I really didn't have, and his legacy, I mean, people can look at the negative part of his legacy or the positive part of his legacy. Football star versus glove don't fit, must have quit. So either or. So it all depends on how you look at it. But I really didn't have any thought process when I heard that he had passed away. Because you mean like the young lady from American Idol that passed away, hers was a shocker because I
Yeah,
mean she's a beautiful singer. So with OJ, all we knew from after football and acting was his accused being a murderer. So I don't know. I didn't really have any feelings towards it. He had a beginning and unfortunately an end.
that is
That's
a
it for
fact.
me.
That's a
Yeah.
fact. That's a
Yeah.
fact. Bliv, you?
In all actuality, with me being such a heavy sports fan and football, basketball, boxing, those are usually the sports I watch. It was sad to see one of the greats go. Now, as far as the man's life, I can't speak positive or negative on the man. Um, like the Jenner guy or girl, whatever he or she is now, um, because none of us were there to know if he did commit the murder or not. And unfortunately, if he did do that, then I would hope that he would find Christ in his heart and ask for forgiveness so that even he can be forgiven, because even the worst sinners were forgiven. So that's why I won't throw stones at the man. But like I said, from a sports fan, it's like, whoa, one of the greats has passed. But just from like a life perspective and just how people talk, there's a lot of positive, negative things said, but I won't be one to speak negative on the man because he has a family too. And
Right.
I know I'm just going to get him they peace and they time of mourning.
There it is. Marisol, anything to add?
I err on the side of the justice system. So if they say he wasn't guilty, then he's not guilty. That's where I lay with that, and he'll meet his maker. And then at that point, whatever happened, that has to be discussed
It
or
is.
not
It
discussed,
is.
but I'm on the side of the justice system. Whatever the justice system said, that's what it is. And I leave it there. And then I feel sorry for, the whole scenario because we were born as babies and then look what happens. So
Yeah.
it's not an easy thing. But that's what I
Never.
think of it. If they say he wasn't guilty, then he's not guilty, and his legacy should be that of, the great player.
What he's done. There you go. That's that's a good point on that. I know one of those streaming channels actually had a mini series that kind of got kicked back up, so it's out there to kind of watch the documentary of some things that I don't even think I remembered half of the stuff. But on the side of there is a family because they had children, and or he had children, and now they are grown, like as we're thinking about how many years ago that was, and not even knowing. So I'll say for me, I didn't even have a clear thought of what he had done in the years past all of that, so I know he had been in some legal trouble, but we one wrong turn away from that in certain scenarios. So it just was interesting how there when the passing comes and people are like, well, should this be in the public in a particular way? So all of the things, we rest in peace. That was my entire kind of sentiment for that, because as you said, Marisol, no matter what we think we know, we all have a day and a time, and God knows what we will be judged for on the other side. So his family is still here in the mix. We definitely send in thoughts and prayers to him. And as we see so many different people seeing their final days, it's just always a reminder, hopefully, that we're keeping things in order in our own life with our own family, making sure we got the things that are in order on that side. So appreciate y'all sharing your input on that. I want to find out, one final question. Just wondering, what's on tap? I know everybody's kind of in there. I'm in recovery mode, but what's on tap that you're looking to get into for your next project, the next things that you all are doing after y'all take your naps and recover? Bliv, I'll swing it over to you. I know you released your single. Are you continuing to work on other projects?
No doubt. I just hit up Director Hitman and asked him for his availability for another video. I just want to keep this thing moving.
Nice.
I'm not sure if I want to put another album out or if I just want to just continue to just drop singles. I'm debating that. I'll figure that out, but there's definitely going to be a lot more Bliv Mash music and videos coming.
Nice, good stuff.
Praising the Lord too. You know what I mean?
Ow. Love it, love it, love it. All of the things. So now, how many singles have you already completed music, or you still working on singles now?
Well, I mean, right now I have, including Jesus Brings Me Joy, I have 6 songs done.
Wow.
So usually when I do an album, I like to give you like 9 to 10.
Yeah.
So I could really just wait and just do like 4 more and put an album out, or I might just spread them out. and just so I'm not sure. It all depends. Sometimes I get in the mood where I'm on go, team on go, or
Yeah.
then I burn myself out. Then I just gotta chill for like a month and fall back. So because when I get into it, sometimes I just like OD, just because I don't even know if y'all know this is an MP right here, beat machine right here. So sometimes I put this thing on, I just get to going, and
Love
you see
it.
the
Love
mic, and and sometimes I look like, oh my goodness, look at the time, I got to go to bed. So sometimes when I'm on go, I'm on go. So, but to sum it up, I'm not sure. Maybe we could take a vote if I should give an album just drop singles on one of our joints. I
I
don't
love
know.
it. All right, we're gonna help with the executive producing, figure out which way we go. But I love the singles. I love that you are putting in the work to put the videos behind them as well, and just getting that positive music popping out there. So excited about that. Excited about that. That's good stuff. All right, Rhonda, what you got going on?
I'm creating a walking group on Sundays in my area for anyone, moms, daughters, men, women, so we can get out there and walk. Um, Hopefully, more modeling. And I am planning a mental health awareness month, which is in May for our local school area around here. And I'm part of a stigma awareness organization, so trying to keep mental health as the forefront for people to understand that it's okay to be not okay.
Love it, love it, love it. Appreciate you sharing that. We'll be on the lookout for how we can support those events. Yeah, and how we get our steps in. That's a important thing. Marisol,
Yes.
how about for you?
Uh, so August is going to be a boot camp in the Palmer Park Mall for Genesee Couture and Cerise and Lehigh Fashion Week. So Rhonda, you'll be all things involved. And so they'll just be, I'll just be there helping out. I don't know if I'm going to model this time around. I think maybe I'm just going to help behind the scenes because I like the action of it all. And then spending, my parents are elderly. They're in their late 80s now. And so I'm trying to spend a little bit more time at home with them and doing little fun things with them and increasing my nail business, getting to meet new people, hang out with more people, but mostly just taking a chill right now and planning and organizing. I like to write. So I'm thinking that maybe I'm going to write something.
All right. All
Nice,
right, all
nice,
right, all right.
nice.
Love that. Love that. I know, as spring gets
Nice.
up, I find it to be we're more events. We got more events. We're outside more. So got a couple of things or projects that I'll be working on over here. And I actually we'll see. It's rumored that some of my grandchildren will be down here. So we're gonna see if we manifest that for a short while. So I normally do my Mimi tours in time to be able to see all of them as the weather starts being nicer, then we'll all be outside. And hopefully, as our listeners are listening to us, they're working on projects. We got some writing going on over here as well. I'm helping my husband as he continues with his launch of his second book project. So we always are like super busy. I'm like, what's the next thing that the every day it's like, so what's today? So we got to fill up our calendar for April and May so we know what the get up is getting with. And so appreciate you all sharing everything that you're involved with. We're supporting you all. So y'all know, hit the page is up as the stage plays are coming, as the videos and the movies might need some extras, might need some additional writing. However we can support one another, we want to show up for those things. So love it. I love it. Okay, survival God. I need that. I'm gonna say that. Listen, as we transition, we got a few more minutes in the show. We definitely want to give a shout out to our missing partners today. Tilted, we miss you. We're glad that you're able to have a ministry opportunity. We didn't even clown you today. I want us to get
Where she at?
get gold stars
Where she
today.
at? I'm looking. Yeah, where you at?
You didn't even swap in, no. But
was gonna clown me when I got here late. Where you at? What's really going on? What's really going on?
Blim want to know. Blim matches like, where in the world is Tilted Halo? We need to know.
Tilted. How you Tilted?
So she might be getting a realignment right now, is what to make sure she's back. But we are super excited that we could be here for the takeover to make sure, one, that we're keeping this joy tsunami going. And shout out to Yolanda Lucas. We appreciate you, sis. Thanks so much for sharing your videos. We're gonna work on that tricep dip. I'm probably gonna work on my buffalo chicken dip, but we will we gonna meet somewhere in the middle. You know, when I get my steps in, I'm always, you know, hearing her in the background like, yeah, you got just move. You got to make those moves. So we want to dig into that. So now we're going to transition. You know, it's always interesting when I'm like sort of introducing and flowing on my own side, but it's time. It is time. It is time. It's time for your reflections of purpose. So I want to, y'all know I always come with a title and reminding you all, love the ones you're with. That's today's title. Listen, we hear so much loss that's going on around the world, but there's also people that need love and support right where you're at. We can't give it out to the whole world and not be giving it out in our own backyard. So as we're thinking about, wow, you know, how do we spend more time? What are the things that we can do? Yes, love yourself first. I love it, Marisol. Now we're gonna have you wear that for all future shows because you're the queen. But we gotta love the ones that we live with, our families, our children, our grandchildren, aunts, uncles, sisters, and friends. Why? Because we know that with everything going on, love is the one thing that really matters, and it makes an impact. So if you're thinking, how can I do something? A lot of times we don't even think about loving other people as being self-care. Those moments that you spend with those who are closest to you, honey, it'll fuel you up in a way that you get to go ahead and spring yourself out into the world in a wonderful way. But we got to take the moments to fill our love tank. So if that means going for the coffee, going for the ice cream, going for the walk, gardening, running, shopping together, reading together, definitely praying and worshiping together. Why? Because these are all ways that we get to refuel our bodies, our temples, and release the thoughts in our minds. Why? Because that love may not feel like as important to somebody else until you're giving it. And then we can feel that reciprocal joy tsunami that we could say, you know what? Yes, Jesus brings us joy. We get that opportunity to spend with family. Maybe it's over breaking bread. Maybe it is planning on your next big thing. Just be reminded that as you have the privilege to love the ones you're with, you definitely want to do that because it will pay you in dividends that you never thought were imaginable. So remember to do that. Love the ones you're with. That's your reflections of purpose. Y'all, we just get into about the whole thing. We just getting almost to the end of it. And listen, I'm going to kind of spill right over into the just be, because it just wouldn't be the ending of a show if we didn't have a just be moment. So I think I'm going to kick it around and let's ask the question of everybody in Tilted's absence. What would be your just be moment that you want to share with our audience today? Queen Marisol, What would be your just be moment that you want to share with our audience?
Um, I think it would be not to panic, just go with the flow, be observant and see everything. Just be
That's
in the
good.
moment.
That's good. Rhonda, what about you?
Mine would be just be kind to your mind.
Be kind to your
We
mind.
go through a lot and we internalize a lot of information and pictures and thoughts and ideas and all these different things. But really, you need to be kind to your mind.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Bliv Mash and the Mash family.
Ah,
What would be
shout,
your just
hey,
be?
real quick, shout out to That's Dope. That's who produced Jesus Brings Me Joy. My just be the best version of yourself. So before you even think about doing anything slimy or even stressing out, just be the best version of yourself. So that means you should try to be, you know what I'm saying, as good as you can be. Try to be
Love it.
as just as much Jesus like as you can.
Love it, love it, love it. And you know, Yolanda and Tilted, I'm gonna say just be here the next time, or Bliv gonna get at you. That's all I know today.
Right.
You better
Just
That's
be
just
good.
here.
be here.
And no, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, they was gonna murder me. So
That's a good
it's
one,
home.
Karen. That's a good one.
It's
That's
home.
really
Just
good.
be here, cause you know
Just be
if we
here.
gotta make up stories, it's gonna be something else.
Hey, just be good to me.
Love it. Listen, we are so glad that you joined us. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to ride this ride with us. This is Unhinged Live with our Tribe Family 2.0. We're excited that we had this time with you, and we're not going to even prolong it anymore. Why? Because we know that you are out there living your dreams, and we're excited to be a part of your life, your family, and we want to remind you, check us out on YouTube. Make sure you're checking our page and staying connected to all of us. Why? Because we want to be connected to you, and we want to know what's going on your side of town so that we get to link up. Why? Because the whole team is on go. Literally, that's what's going on with Yolanda and Tilted today. Whole team on go. So we're going to make sure that we keep each of you connected. And remember, as we've already said, just be here next time, Tilted and Yolanda. I did my best. Did my best to keep Bliv off you, but the next time I'm gonna let him even he might make a video about it. So
Right.
headline, it's Unhinged Live. We're excited that you were able to join us. Listen, like, share, make sure you find us on all of our social media pages, and y'all be blessed. We're out.